Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Today, we've got these bad boys, and these things right here look freaking amazing. So just in case you don't know what these are, even though I'm pretty sure that you do because, well, there was a title and a thumbnail and then you clicked in here. So, just an assumption, but I could be wrong. You never know. So these guys right here were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and I think that they are fantastic. They are made by McFarlane. It's the two main characters for the Batman Beyond animated series. And in case you're unaware of the Batman Beyond animated series, it actually took place in a future not too far off from the original Batman the Animated series. And it made its debut in 1999. And I could tell you right now that when I first saw the show, like that initial episode 1 and 2, I was blown away. I was instantly hooked. I loved seeing Old Man Bruce. Old Man Bruce was something that I never thought that I wanted to see, and trust me, it was just epic. It was one of those storylines where it's like, oh, what if Batman gets older? Like, what happens? And yes, we've seen that in the comics, but this was not a Kingdom Come type of Old Man Bruce Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was something completely different. And on top of that, it actually had a movie called Return of the Joker, which saw the return of Mark Hamill voicing the Joker character, and that movie was just super cool. There's actually two versions of it. There's a dark version, and then there's a more kid-friendly version, even though it's still pretty dark. Now, I actually grabbed these from Angel Grove Collectibles. In case you're unaware of what they are a retailer with authorized accounts on many different types of figures and brands, including Figuarts, McFarlane figures like this, and so on and so forth. So if you haven't checked them out, please do. And make sure that you use my code that you see on the screen right here, and it'll get you 10% off your first order. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and open these bad boys up. Now, when you first open these up, this is what they look like inside of their little like plastic bubbles and things like that. I know that McFarlane figures, for whatever reason, get kind of like a lot of and I'm not sure why. I know that, you know, when they first came onto the scene, their figures weren't very articulated, but they had great sculpts. Now they have both. They have great sculpting and they have great articulation. And on top of that, for the price point, look, these are things that you actually get inside of the box. So you get a collector card, which is probably worthless, and then you get the accessories, and these ones actually come with a stand. Not all figures do, but enough of them do to where, like, I'm just like, bro, I don't have to even buy an extra stand. Like these things, I don't have to buy this. This is sick. All right, so here is everything outside of the box. This is such cool stuff. I don't love these animated series figures in terms of overall articulation. It's mainly the leg joints that kind of bother me. They go outward really weird and stuff like that. I do have some of the other waves, the one with the Build-A-Figure like Condiment King and stuff like that, and so I do have those, and I love the way that they look, especially on shelf. But when we're talking about like overall playability, I just find that this is odd. You know what I mean? It's just a weird look. But yeah, this is probably the most screen accurate version of this character that I personally own, besides the original action figures from, you know, the 1999 and 2000 era. But yeah, this is my favorite part right here, is that they came with a stand. It actually is very specific as far as like overall placement. So there's a little notch in there that you're gonna stick inside of a little peg hole, that way the stick doesn't twist, and then you just put the top on there. I don't love this piece though, because it looks like it just wants to fall off. So I don't know if this is like gravity applicated or what, but it's a little weird. I'm sure once you clamp this little piece right here to the figure's body, then it will stay put inside of the little, you know, wherever you have got it, which I suppose is fine. So if I put it on his waist and then stick in there, now he's standing and nothing's moving because, you know, it all works well. Still strange though, at least compared to these things. As far as accessories go, they come with his wings right here. They are on ball joints, or at least the actual wings are. And then there's a peg with a hole on his back, and you'll put that in there, and there you go. You can articulate the wings any way that you'd like. I don't think it's the cleanest design. I just don't love that you can see the big, you know, V-pack essentially outside of everything, and that happens too, so that's a little weird, but I'm sure you could be able to get some decent poses out of it and things like that. So I personally prefer my Batman Beyond to have no wings, because he just looks cooler like this. He also comes with two batarangs, which are amazing. They are sculpted well, they're painted well. Absolutely love it. For the price, this is great. And then he comes with 4 sets of hands. You've got a kind of like relaxed, almost gripping looking hand. You've got actual gripping hands. You have more open hands for karate chopping action or flying mode, whatever it is that you want to do. And then he comes equipped with the fists, and you can alternate these and do whatever it is that you'd like. As far as articulation goes, you can move his shoulders up, down, and kind of a round. You've got a single joint at the elbow. The wrist does have little hinges in there. You just got to be careful. They're very thin. The head moves and swivels as well. You don't get like the best like looking up or anything like that, but I think it's good enough. Looking down is cool. You do have waist swivel. You can move his legs up, but not by much, just enough to maybe sit him in the cockpit of a vehicle. And then you have single knee joints, and you have the hinges right here at the ankle. So nothing crazy in terms of overall articulation on these. That's where the regular McFarlane multiverse figure or version of this is just way better, but he doesn't look like this either. So it's, you know, a give or take thing. I wish that I knew where mine was. I think my son has it because it's not in my DC box. Now, Old Man Bruce is really awesome. I kind of wish that they made an Old Man Bruce in the bat suit. I think that that would have been really sick, just because he's like bigger and bulkier than Terry, who is clearly a teenager in comparison to this big hulking old man. But it's still awesome to get a great sculpt. Like look at that. Come on, man, it looks just like the show. This is sick. And articulation points are the same. His leg joints are hindered by his kind of rubbery clothing and stuff like that, but he still has the waist swivel in there and all of those things. And some very tiny pointy feet. As far as his accessories are concerned, he comes with his classic cane. He comes with the same amount of sets of hands, and they are the same style of hands as well. So you got the gripping hands for the cane, obviously, kind of open hands that look like they're ready for fighting. Then you have fully relaxed open hands as well as fists. And then last but not least, it comes with Ace, the Bat Hound. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, well, Batman has a dog. He is his protector. He does swivel and move his head up and down just a little bit. His arms, or legs I guess, go up and down or back and forth. Same thing with the back legs. And then the tail does have a slight little ball joint right there. But overall, very limited articulation for Ace here, but it's just great that he's in the box, you know what I mean? Like, I think that he was a really great addition to the show. I think it's dope that the old man version of Bruce needs a little bit of help, and since he no longer had his Nightwing and his Robin, Batgirl, and no more Alfred, this dude was all by himself. And I mean, tell me, that's the most Batman thing that Batman could go through. But yeah, the show was great. These figures are awesome. They're so stylized. They look great. I believe that they were originally a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. They are eventually going to be hitting Walmarts, I believe, right now. But that's one of the best things about Angel Grove Collectibles, is just that, you know, they're over in Australia, so their release dates are usually a little bit earlier than ours are here in the States. So grabbing stuff like this is much easier and way faster, at least for me. But yeah, I think that these figures turned out great. I think that they look awesome. I just really don't love the you know, the way that their legs articulate, but outside of that, that's more so a McFarlane issue with these animated series versions. I believe it's pretty standard, so, you know, it is what it is. But they do look great on a shelf, and they look just like the show's representation, which I really love. So let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. Are you interested in grabbing any? Did you already? Where did you find them from? If you are still looking, Angel Grove might still have them, so you can go ahead and check it out. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it was fun, and we will catch you guys on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.